you never heard him. I'm a very popular entertainer.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, I got music on today. Give myself a round of applause. Happy Tuesday, everybody. How is everybody doing? D-Rob Training, my guy. Toronto Riggins, good morning. Craig G, top of the morning to you, sir. Bobbiette, thank you. Now, y'all know my wife slayed me yesterday. I'm sitting here coming on, head just bobbing. I hear music in my head, in my earphones, but I don't realize y'all not getting the music. And she asking anybody, we hiring the producers. I mean, she just put me all out in these streets. But I appreciate it because I get better. Thank you, boy. I really appreciate it. Good morning to you, my love. Monique, sister. Good morning. Health Talk, my brother. That chick, yo. Hola, cousin. Prima. Yeah, D-Rod, we missed you too, man. And we know you did give us the little hint that you had some personal stuff happening, bro. But we're glad you made it in. We're glad you're working through it. Because fact of the matter is, we all go through stuff. The one thing, yeah, she was looking out for me. The one thing we can truly count on in life is change. Change is the thing that's always happening. Some people say death and taxes, but it's change. Every year we change. I'm not the person I was yesterday because of the experiences that I had yesterday. I'm not the same person I was in a previous relationship because of the things I learned from that relationship. And let's be honest, folks, when we are around people, certain people bring things out of us that we didn't even know was there. Sometimes it's a great thing, and sometimes they make us see a side of us that we only imagined was there. So, we all go through stuff. What'd you say? I tuned in into the episode yesterday, wrote down okay. You don't mind sharing, D-Rock, what is your superpower? What is your superpower? Just out of curiosity. I think I might have a inkling just because of your name, but I'm just kind of confirm for me. What is your superpower? And so today, as I'm waiting on that answer, we're going to go a little bit deeper into the topic of the week, which is confidence, unleashing that ultimate confidence. I hope I didn't say competence. Confidence. Unleashing ultimate confidence. And so just forethought as we go into today and as we continue out with the rest of the week. Fear and vulnerable moments. Fear and vulnerable moments. They have destroyed so many of our hopes, our dreams, our relationships, our opportunities. Fear and vulnerable moments. Fear and vulnerable moments. Now, I don't say that, lightly because I've had meltdowns in my life. I've had meltdowns. It says, okay, it's only my name, but I train and mentor kids, athletes, elementary to college. That is definitely a superpower, man, Being in this coaching space, it takes a lot out of you, and only people that have a natural desire, natural inkling, they get that what we call that psychic currency, that feel good. You do it because you feel good. You do it because it adds value to your life, watching other people shine, watching other people grow. You would do it for free. Most times you do it for free because you're always giving advice and helping somebody. That's a great superpower to have. And the greatest thing I do love about it also is that the person that you have to become to do that. I don't think most people that don't have that gift don't realize the changes that you have to make to to really facilitate that superpower. So kudos to you. Congratulations. And so today, this morning, just for a quick thought, I'm talking about fear and vulnerable moments and what causes us to have meltdowns. You know, if you're on social media, you will see people going. I saw this one clip of this lady just going off in the airport at the flight attendant because her flight was delayed. I've seen guys tearing down doors and walls because they just lost it in that moment. Think about road rage. People will literally be driving in the fast lane doing 60. Speed limit is 70. You'll go around to pass them, and what do? They speed up, right? They speed up. And then try not to let you get in front of them. And if you do get in front of them, oh my God, you might have a shootout at the OK Corral, for real, right? Road rage. But how many times have we think that it's the incident. We think that once our significant other comes home from work, that they're mad at us when they walk in the door. No, they had to deal with some butt on the highway, or they had something at the office. Most times when people melt down and blow up, it is not because of what's happening in the moment. It's just, remember that old show, Snapped on MTV? It's just in that moment, something snapped and they lost it. Most times, I will confidently say that it's dealing with some kind of fear, some kind of insecurity, or they were having a vulnerable moment because of those two previous things. They're not mad with you. When your husband came home, your boyfriend came home, he wasn't mad with you. When your wife was just going off on you as soon as you walked in the door, she wasn't mad with you. It was other stuff happening that precipitated that kind of behavior. Case in point, before we get into gratitudes, when I was in sixth grade, I like to use my stories a lot because they're easier for me to talk about, and I know them and I understand why. But I was in sixth grade. I had just gotten a stopwatch for, I'm not sure if it was Christmas. You know, I remember this is the time I was doing my hit list. This is the time when I was trying to make myself better. So I was running all the time. I was doing push-ups all the time. I was shadow boxing because the next time somebody try me, they gonna get these hands. So I had to stop watching. I was timing myself. So this watch was important to me. And on the way to school, me and my mom get into it. Well, my mom gets into it with me. I'm sitting there listening so I don't get punched in the face. Sorry, Mom. She didn't punch me in the face. She might have used a broomstick, but she didn't want to punch me. So, do y'all have mamas who don't remember nothing they did to you? Anytime I say my mama did something, I didn't do that. And I'm like, oh, I would never forget that. You did it. But anyway, I digress. So we're in the car on our way to school, and she's on me about something. I don't remember exactly what she was on me about. But as I was getting out of the car, she said, and you better not go to school and show your behind. You better not go to school and show your behind. Sixth grade. I'm about 12. Hey, bro, anybody can get them hands, bro. You get tired of getting picked on. especially something that you can't even control. I looked at her, I gave her a smirk, and I closed the door real gently. You know, that sarcastic door closed, she already knew what was about to happen. Now, I went to school with the best of intentions. With the best of intentions. I didn't go in looking for trouble. We get to what will be our library time. And I'm in the library. The librarian, she's reading a story or something. This is sixth grade. I don't really remember all the details. But what I do remember is my stopwatch beeping, because it beeped every hour. Nobody ever heard it, but because we're in the library, in this quiet space, this beep, everybody heard it. All the kids looked and start laughing. The librarian stops and looks at me with this ugly stare, and then my teacher comes over, and she tries to take my stopwatch. Melt down. Meltdown. Now, I had a meltdown for two reasons. Well, let me before I go there. My teacher comes to take my stopwatch. She takes it because it was sitting on the table. I get up and I snatch it back from her and I stare her down like, you can get these paws too. Now, I was big for a sixth grader. I was bigger than the average sixth grader. So she was just a little bit intimidated by me because I didn't back down. I gave her that stare. So she calls the principal and the vice principal. They come to the library, picks me up, and well, not pick me up literally, but grab me by the wrist, and they take me to their office. And they say, "You've been having such a great year," because I was a troublemaker most of the time. "You've been having a great year. This your last year here. What happened?" And you know what my comment was? My mama told me not to come to school and show my behind. So guess who the first person they called? Immediately. I did it knowing I was going to get in trouble, but I didn't care. So I got a question. If you've ever had a meltdown, put a 1 in the chat. You knew what you was doing was going to get you in trouble. You knew you was going to ruffle some feathers. You knew it. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had a meltdown. And I promise you, most times if you actually look back at these meltdowns, you know it came not because of what was happening in that moment, but something that happened previously. You know, you took some feelings into a situation, and it wasn't even about the thing. But for me, it was a twofold thing. Yes, I had some feelings about my mom being on my back about something that I can't even remember today, which tells you how important it was. But two, that stopwatch, it was precious to me because it was the symbol of something that I was trying to do, something I was trying to accomplish. And so her taking it somehow or another made me less, made me feel like I was less. It was another reason for people to laugh at me or pick at me. Now, I'm telling y'all these stories, but don't get it twisted. I ain't never been a punk. I ain't never been square. I ain't never been that dude who don't know how to put them paws up. Never been that guy. But I was going through a period of identity. I was trying to decide who I was, who I would have liked to have been. And I was lost because I didn't feel the validation of family and love. I didn't feel the camaraderie of friends yet. And so I was in a space where I just felt like I didn't belong. And so that stopwatch was a symbol of something that I was trying to do. And so that's going to lead us in today's conversation. Today we're going to talk about those 5 proven ways to build lasting confidence. And this is not just good for this conversation, but it's good for any conversation that you have in life, because all these things we do, we're just not always conscious of them. So before we get into it, let's get into these affirmations. And so today I'm going to start the music first. And I need y'all to give me some ones if y'all hear the music. But I think we good, though. I think I got the situations all worked out. So I'm going to go ahead and start this affirmation music. Oh, yeah. I think we good. I mean, it's gratitude music. All right. I'm going to go ahead and drop this gratitude slide and go ahead and get those done. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for a renewed mind. I'm grateful for a sense of belonging, for hope, for courage, for curiosity. I'm grateful for new beginnings. I'm grateful for all those who tried to come against me because they made me stronger. They made me better. I'm grateful that my journey can be used to help model what it looked like, what it feels like to be an overcomer. I'm grateful that my lived experience has value. I'm grateful that I don't have to have all the answers. I'm grateful that today, tomorrow, and forever is always given to those who take it, who want it, who feel they deserve it. I'm grateful for the chance to be the best version of myself anytime that I want to, even after a meltdown. I'm grateful that I get another opportunity to do it right, to do it better. I am grateful. I'm grateful for this day, for my family, my friends, my job, my ability to earn. And I'm grateful for you guys. Yes, I am grateful for a lot of things. And today, as we get into this conversation, we're talking about the 5 proven ways to build lasting confidence. The 5 proven ways. And so there was a poll that was conducted a few years ago, and it was given mostly to celebrities and athletes and people who are really business leaders who were high achieving in life. And so the question was, what's the number one thing that gives you success or makes you feel successful? Confident. What's the number one thing that makes you feel confident? What's the number one thing that helps you build confidence? And so they gave a wide variety of answers. But I want to share with you this morning the top 5 of those answers. And I want to do it using my little technology here. And so what I want to do now is I've already pre-populated the list. And so the first thing is preparation. Boom. There we go. 5 confidence builders. Preparation is number 1. Now, what do we mean by preparation? What do you think? What does preparation mean to you? Let me get my logo off the screen real quick as y'all answer that question. Boom. There we go. All right. So, number 1, the number one thing that most people say that makes them feel confidence is preparation. What does preparation look like to you? For me, if I say I want to be a better speaker or I want to learn to speak, Toronto Reagan said planning. Yep, that's right. When I decided that I wanted to be a better speaker, when I decided that I wanted to work in the family, in the parenting, in the fatherhood space, it's great to have the idea, but I knew I had some challenges in the speaking department. So I searched out speaking coaches. I searched out like a company like Toastmasters. I searched out, blogs and books on how to speak better, how to speak more effectively. Because I knew I had to prepare myself. Because when you are prepared for something, so let's see if this pen is going to work today. Come on. There we go. All right, let me change the color on that. Mm, let's go with that color. It's close. All right, so preparation. If you want to be a doctor, right, then that leads you to medical school, college, right? Something like that. That's what preparation we kind of looking at. If you Monique said preparing and brainstorming, researching. Exactly. It is, Brick by Brick says, 5 P's. Prior planning prevents poor performance. Exactly. Exactly what it is. If you know you want a thing, then you start making plans or preparing, doing the research to give you a better understanding. Because when it comes down to it, what does preparation leads to? What are your thoughts? What does preparation lead to? When you are prepared, what generally happens? Sometimes when you're not prepared, and I know there is a little bit of a lag, and we are we good on time right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this out here, so just to give you an idea what I mean. Preparation leads to opportunity. Sometimes opportunity comes whether you prepared or not, and you just miss it. But when you are prepared, an opportunity presents itself, you are more able to take advantage of it, which means opportunity leads to having success, having successful outcomes. What's the saying? When preparedness meets opportunity, is no wonder. It's no wonder why you can predict and you can manifest the things that you want if you are prepared and the opportunity presents itself. Then you have the preparation already. You know what it's going to take. Then you're able to accomplish it. The number two. Actually, you know what? Let me read your comments real quick. That's where we at. All right, cool. 5 P's. That's it. All right. So the second thing that we really have to, second tip I would say, is what? Experience. Experience was the second thing given by this list of celebrities and artists and athletes. Experience. Preparation was the first, experience was the second. And what do they mean by experience? If preparation is done internally and done correctly, with maintaining it, will be a successful ending. The outcomes are greater that you will have success. Now, you're going to have success regardless, because if things work out the way that you hope and the way that you plan, then it's the desired outcome. If they don't, then you get a chance to see what went wrong. And now, righting the ship, fixing it to get the outcome that you want. But preparation and opportunity always leads you to the destination of success. And so now we're going to talk about the experience factor. What is the experience factor? What is it that experience does? Intentionality. Exactly. So experience, it's for the most part. Could we see that color good? Yeah, we see that good. All right, experience for the most part is what? You're actually getting the reps, the repetition. You're doing a thing. It's hard work, right? It's actually doing the thing, putting your hands to it. Is anybody in the room other than me that I'm a hands-on learner? You could tell me, you could give me the theory all you want, but if I ain't putting my hands on it, I watched my mother drive for years. Exactly, Monique. I watched my mother drive for years. I watched my dad drive for years. I watched my older brother drive for years. But when I got behind that wheel, it was a whole new experience. A whole new experience. I have to get the experience. So for me, experience will be one for me. I need to actually see what it is that I'm going to be doing. I need to actually understand it. And now I can start making the preparation. So this list is not a go in order list. You can kind of flip it however it makes you feel good or however works best for you. And so, what does experience typically lead to? When you do a thing over and over again, when you become proficient at this thing, what do you develop? What do you now think about when you do this thing? Is it still hard for you? Is it still challenging? Is it easier to do? I mean, for you, when you get the experience of putting your hands on it and understanding it better, for me, that leads to belief. That leads to belief for me. I now believe that I have the skill to do this. I now believe that I can do it. It comes easy now. It's more natural. So it's not hard to believe anymore that you can, that you have the skill, that you can accomplish, that you can make it happen. There you go. It's like muscle memory. It definitely builds confidence. That's why it's on the list. That's why it's on the list because all of these skills, it's like when you want to take a trip and you put your GPS on, you get all these different routes. You got one destination, and our destination this week is confidence, building confidence. But there's so many different ways we can go about it. You know, you might be in a career field that don't allow you to go join a Toastmasters like I did. You know, you might not have that time to go do that. You may have a family's life situation that is, you know, you may have 5, 6 kids at home. You might have a husband, you might be taking care of your mom or your dad and his chemo appointment. I mean, there's so many factors that happen in our lives that don't afford us the same opportunity, quote unquote, as other people. And so this list is just ways to kind of fill in that space for you. And so belief for me, actually, belief for me leads or turns into faith. Faith and success. Experience turns into belief, which turns into faith. Faith without works, ring a bell? Exactly. So you see, all these pieces, they work in tandem together. It's hard to have faith when you have no experience in what you're doing. It's hard for most of us to have blind faith. And before we can have faith, we must believe in something, believe that it could work in order to channel faith. And in order to have belief, there has to be some level of experience. Has to be. All right, number 3 on our list. Now, I kick against validation quite often. You guys have heard me talk about I was searching for validation, right? I'm not being a hypocrite. I promise you, I am not being a hypocrite in this moment. But validation is critical. So I don't want you to think I don't need anybody's validation. No, you do. Because with validation, that brings in a little thing called agreement. Validation brings agreement. And where two or more are gathered, right? For you, my Bible scholars out there, are gathered in his name. He's in the midst, right? All things work together for the good of those that love and called according to his purpose, right? But agreement in just a everyday life, agreement is still powerful. It is very powerful. That you can put in the work. Let's say D-Rob is training my son to go to the next level. D-Rob, what's the first lesson you're going to give my son? He got the gifts. He has the body type. He has great footwork. He understands the position he's supposed to do or the job he's trying to get. But what's the first thing you work on, D-Rob? Let me see if in agreement on these thoughts this morning on coaching. What's the first thing you do when somebody comes? Even Toronto Riggins can answer this question too. What's the first thing that you do when a person comes into your space and they need some coaching? What's the first thing you do? Now I know that's a subjective question, but I'm asking, what's the first thing you do? And then I'll tell you the first thing I do. Let's take some of that pressure off of that. You're welcome. But when somebody comes into the door and they are looking for help from you to get them from here to here, what's the first thing that you do? Health talk. If you want to chime in, brother, you can. Randy, if you want to chime in, feel free to. This question is open to anybody. I'm just curious. When you are coaching somebody and you're trying to help them, this could be a child, but when you're trying to get them from this level to that level, what's the first thing you have to do with them to get them on your side? Any takers? Consistency is first. That is right. That's right. Yep, that's right. Let me go ahead and jump in. The first thing you do is, you know how we all talking about first within, then without, first within, then without. The first thing I do when people come into my space for coaching, training, regardless of what it is I assess where they are mentally, and I check their, not their, and that's the wrong word. I check their level of or their mental capability. Build trust, pull out their strengths and encourage them, establish an example. You can come one day, or can you come one day or 2 days? I see where the mind, exactly. That shit, yo, you hit it right on the head. Matter of fact, where my sounder at? You hit it right on the head. Good job. Correct answer. Yes. See where their mind is and see what motivates them. So many times we focus on the things that we can see. We focus on the things that people show us, not realizing that they're coming with the front on. They're coming with the person that they think they need to be to get our services or to get our trust or respect. They're not coming fully as themselves. Let's see. Toronto says, I need to hear what steps they have taken first for themselves. Then I would add my thoughts on how to get them to the next step. Yeah. Still, man, all those answers, there were no wrong answers there. But the first thing that works for me is, if I want to effectively help this person, I need to understand where they are. I have to understand where they are, because if I'm at a 7 level and I'm gonna talk to them like they're on a 7 level, but they're really at a 2 level, that does neither one of us any good. So when I understand where they are, I can see it, and then now I can validate. And what does validation truly mean? What does that actually really mean? It simply means praise. Praise. I praise them. I praise them for where they are. I praise them for the things that where they've come to this point. And sometimes I congratulate them on where they're about to go. But I give them validation because it matters. That agreement, you did all this work, all this time. Ladies, when you spend all day in the mirror, and I'm about to shoot myself in the foot when I say this, but ladies, you spend an hour in the bathroom getting ready. The makeup is flawless, the outfit is perfect, and you just know you looking good. And then you come out the bathroom, and he on his phone, he looking down, he look up, be like, oh, you ready? And he look back down. Woo. Now, not that I'm guilty of that. However, when I'm in my feelings, I may not want to give her all her flowers sometimes. But then I had to shake it out really good because my baby be so fine, man. My baby be so fine. She, I thought I'd be like, I double take it. I had to catch my neck sometime because I don't be wanting to. I know what she's trying to do. So I had to pull my own head back. I'm not looking. That's my protest today. But I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. When I walk in, I'm in a good mood and, I'm saying stuff. And I'm like, baby, you good? Yep. You okay? Mm-hmm. I'm great. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. It happens. It's human nature. It's who we are. But that validation and that praise is critical. And when somebody recognizes you for who you are, for what you've done, for the effort that you put in, it makes all the difference. Hold on, let me go. Let me go back real quick. It says, okay, I'm getting a lot of laughs. Bye. I'm gonna get me flowers. Yes, baby, you get your flowers because you don't. She don't stop, y'all. So now I have. Well, I can't tell y'all what I do now. So I have this thing now where I stay in constant contact with her. I'm helping her do everything. Inside joke. But anyway, so D Rob says, right now, I'm training a guy and he plays running back for his high school. Last year, he only rushed for 10 touchdowns. Right now, season halfway done, he has 15 for the season. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to ignore those last two comments. Yes, I do. And yes, facts, of course. Uh, you know, it's what I do. I'm a little rebellious. But D Rob, that's amazing, bro. And how does that make you feel? That psychic money is good, right? So where the money reside, right? That psychic money is good because you enjoy doing the work. You enjoy watching the light come on and people get the understanding, but then they start getting the results. That's an amazing thing, bro. That's what people like us live for. That's what we do. If there was never any money in it, I would always take pride in watching somebody that was struggling or they had certain results, but then after they left me, they had better results. I mean, maybe not an X. I really won't want an X to upgrade over me like that. But it's just me being petty right now. So just disregard that last comment. But anybody else, I want to see them shine. I'm tripping, y'all. I'm tripping. Nah, I'm just joking. I want to see everybody do good. I really, truly want to see everybody do good. Just feel a little different when it's your ex, right? I know I'm not alone on that one. Some of y'all ladies know what I'm talking about right now. All right. So, but what does praise? Let's go back here. What does praise eventually? What does that do? What does that lead to? It leads to a high self esteem, value, worth, right? That's what it does. It's a booster. Validation is a booster. It's like getting that booster shot. Let's see. Feels great seeing him happy to succeed and his parents happy as well. That's right. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So that was the three things. The first one was preparation, which leads to opportunity, which leads to success. Second was experience, which leads to belief, which creates faith. The third, talking about validation, which leads to praise and a higher, self-esteem. So the fourth tip is role models. Role models. Why are role models so important? Why are role models so important? Man, I wish you was a little closer, man. I got a bunch of kids over this way that could use some coaching. Yeah, granted, there's some coaches here, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You kinfolk now. So, I like to put my kinfolk on. So I definitely keep you in mind when I know people in the area. Oh, matter of fact, do you do like virtual training or you just doing kind of a local thing? What are you doing? Long as he is thanking God first, tell him all the time. Gotcha. Gotcha. So role models. Why are role models? Oh, hold on. Why are role models important? That's right. Establishes visual examples. For me, I like to call it, I need a point of reference. Kind of like with the experience piece, getting your hands on it, seeing it, but actually seeing, being able to look over somebody's shoulder and see them do it. Seeing them walk out this thing, whatever it is that you might want to do, sometimes it helps to see somebody else do it. So, role models to me, they're like blueprints. They're blueprints. They are something that I can look at and say, okay, they did this, so okay, let me try it this way. Let me try it that way. Okay, that didn't work for them when it did this way. What are the odds that it's going to work for me? Okay, so what if I tweak it a little bit and maybe do it this way? That might work. Let's try it. Boom. Okay. Or you could ask them. You could get a coach. You can get a trainer, right, D-Rob? Somebody who's been there before. Somebody who understands it better. So blueprint and coaching. That's what I call the cheat code. That's what I call the cheat code. You know, once upon a time, we had to wait our turns. We had to go to school and learn and study and read and go through all these hurdles because the world was much, much larger than it is today. Today, we can go online. We can go right into somebody's house, somebody's studio, and we can give them the game. We can give them the tips, the tools, the knowledge. You can train somebody virtually sitting in your car, drills on the field. The world has gotten smaller, and now there is no reason that we can't have any success that we want to have because there are too many cheat codes. There are too many role models, too many coaches, and too many blueprints. Too many. And so what should that naturally lead to? Action. It should naturally lead to better actions. Monique says role models are like the blueprint to your success path. Exactly. D-Rob says, I love that I'm local around Austin, Texas, but I've traveled to Florida for sessions every December since 2021. Yeah, man, between Texas and Florida, that's some good athletes, man. And if you already in that tunnel, then kudos to you. But role models should create better activity within us. We should have better actions, better habits, because we see what our role models do. They give us the cheat code. And if somebody's giving you the cheat code, what should that really lead you to? I won't say success, but what I will say is trial and error. Because that's the job. What worked for somebody may not necessarily work for you because we are different people after all. Virtually is something I need to look into. Thank you, big bro. Hey, bro, anytime, bro. When you have value and when you have skill in a position and people see your value, validation, they will inconvenience themselves to get your services. You know how many times I've come home, I walk in the door and I see the look on my wife's face. She's had a rough day. She's tired. She's stressed. She's pissed at something. And instead of saying, hey, babe, what's for dinner? I'm tired too. I had a long day too. But I can see in her face that she needs something more than I do. So I said, hey, babe, I'm going to grab some food. What do you want? And the relief instantly falls. Her shoulders drop. Because I saw the value in her. I value her. So I'm going to inconvenience myself to go get what she needs. My guy, Coach Jason Berry was in the space a couple weeks ago. He was a business coach of mine. I dropped a pretty penny with him because I valued the knowledge that he had. Matter of fact, the reason I'm doing this right now is because some of the tips that he gave me, some of the advice that he gave me, I paid the price because I saw him as a role model in the space. And when people value you, they will pay the price, whether that's time, attention, or money. People appreciate the things that they have value for. What else? All right. So yeah, that's really trial and error. And so the number The fifth thing, and then we'll do our affirmations, is collaborations. Collaborations. That one is an easy one. But this is the fifth thing, or the fifth most stated thing by celebrities, athletes, is collaborations, which kind of goes with the coaching, but coaches kind of give you the blueprint. They show you how it's supposed to be done. Collaboration, oh, that's all teamwork. That's teamwork. You actually get in the trenches with somebody else. You get in the trenches and you share a common goal, share an activity, share a thing that makes the journey lighter for both of you, but can take you further. I forget how the saying goes, but it says if you wanna go somewhere, fast, you go alone. If you wanna go somewhere, I forget how it goes. I ain't gonna mess it up. But in short, it was talking about if you want to have success on a journey, you go with somebody else. If you just want to get there, go by yourself, get in and get out. Assassin, ninja style, sniper style. You go in, you go in, do your job, and you get right back out. But if you want to go and you want to have a long-term success, you can't do it by yourself. We were not that designed to be islands. Man was designed to be in community, in family. This country, I keep saying it, but this country is not set up for single people. Single people are taxed at the highest rate. The cost of living is high if you're a single person. It is super high. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go further, go together. Thank you, boo. That's the saying. That's the saying. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's another saying. Teamwork makes the dream work, absolutely. And so what does collaborations eventually lead to? Is what we're doing in this group. It leads to community. It leads to community. And in the community, I call it, that's where the plan is created. Because in the community, now you have people that are invested in your success, invested in you achieving the goals that you set. We're in community, not competition. We're in collaboration. We're in teamwork together. So it benefits me to see you successful. Because if you're successful and I'm around you, guess what? Success is in the building. Success is in the building. And we already talked about the 10% rule. All you truly got to be is 10% faster than the person beside you, 10% smarter than the person, 10% more prepared than the person around you. And I don't care how much talent you got. If talent don't work hard, hard work beat talent. Am I right, D-Rob? Am I right, D-Rob? If talent don't work hard, hard work will beat talent eventually. Yeah. I've seen it happen too many times. I told y'all my story. I had to create hit lists to mentally get myself in a space where I not only went from a kid born with a birth defect or some slight disability to becoming the captain of my football team, being the only freshman to make the varsity squad in football, to becoming the captain of my wrestling team, to being a leader in my junior ROTC program, to be the president of this school club. The same kid that could barely walk without shoes. I found a community. All these things, it led us to what we've been talking about this whole time. Let me scroll up a little bit more. Let me see if this sounds familiar to you. Deciding on what you want, understanding why you want it, figuring out how to accomplish it, and setting a time frame to achieve it. Those 4 steps. The what, the why, the how, and the when. It's all the same thing. And when I made that correlation, I was like, yo, I ain't even playing that. But it's a universal law. Decide what you want in life and then understand why you want it. Because the why is super critical. The why is what's going to power you through all the hard days, all the lazy days, all the BS that's happening in your life. The why is going to get you over the hump. Then you create the plan. How you going to do it? And then you give a date to it. How long is it going to take me to get this thing done? Realistically. Don't come back and say, oh, I can do this 24 hours. No, that's probably not going to work. Probably not going to work that way. Because in the process, you're going to become the person that's worthy of achieving that goal. You may not be that person beforehand. And if you are that person beforehand, then why are you creating that goal? You can already get that. We're talking about creating goals that you don't currently have. We're talking about going to that next level. And the final thing on my slide today, confidence is earned. Nobody's born confident. We all insecure. We all got our shortcomings. But the harder we work, the more involved we get, the more invested we get, the more time we put in, the confidence begins to grow. The confidence begins to grow. And then we reach a level that we can have whatever we want. There's nothing that can stop us. And tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. We're gonna look at a case study tomorrow of confidence, ultimate confidence. And I'm gonna take a celebrity and we're gonna look at this celebrity's life. We're gonna break it down and we're gonna see where they came from. We're gonna see where they went. We're gonna look at a couple of setbacks and we're gonna look at some successes. We're going to do some role modeling with a case study tomorrow. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this up off the screen because it's time to get into some affirmations. I got a little surprise. My homeboy, we did a show together a little while ago, and he put the episode out, and I forgot about it, but I ran across it last night, so I want to share that with you before we get out here today. So right now, let's get into our affirmations. Let's get into these affirmations. Let's affirm. Declare, make a declarative statement to what you want from your life, what you will be, what you will have, what you must have. Because it's in the declaring, it's in the affirming that you start to turn that energy level up. And now you vibrate higher and now you attract those things. So let's get into it. I am more than enough. I am an overcomer. I am equipped to do all the things that my heart desires. I am a resource. I am an asset. I am everything that I desire. I have the gifts, the tools, the connections to make all of my dreams come true. I am happy and excited that every year I am knocking goals off of my list. I'm accomplishing major things every other month. I am excited and happy that I no longer have a vision board. I have a vision wall. And that wall gets broken down every year and new things are added. I'm realizing all of my dreams, all of my potential. I am an overcomer. I am a world changer. I am respected. I am loved. And I am worthy. Because I am more than enough. I am. I am more than enough. So we're talking about confidence, man. Ladies, we're talking about confidence. And confidence is completely an internal thing. You guys have heard, I'm not a fan of the saying, fake it until you make it. Never been a fan of it because I don't like to pretend to be something that I'm not. However, I do understand that there is a fine line, a fine line. If you are role modeling or you have a blueprint before you and you are trying to accomplish it doing things that they did, that is perfectly fine because you're doing something. When I don't like fake it till you make it, it's based off of people who are not doing things, but they're just pretending to be. No action, no gratitudes, no affirmations, no nothing. They just wake up every day pretending. And they think they're going to get the same results as somebody who is preparing. Matter of fact, I'm going to go through this list again. The person that is preparing, the person that is getting experience, the person that is being validated, the person that has role models in coaching, and the person that has a community and teamwork collaboration. They will never get the same results as the other people. Confidence is earned. And true confidence is sexy. It is infectious. It is everything. And we love people with confidence. But there's a small sliver of us, our society, that when you see somebody that's super confident, we think it's arrogance because it offends us. And it only offends us because people are doing things that we could do, we should have done, and we feel a little guilty about it. So remember when we started, vulnerable moments, insecurities, meltdowns. We have emotional meltdowns sometimes, and that's when the trolls come out. That's when the hater comes out in us. That's when the pettiness come out in us sometimes too. But when you're confident, it's a different air. It's a different space to be in. So before we get out of here, I want to share with you a video clip by my guy Oliver. He has a YouTube channel. It's called Inspired Voices. And he interviewed me a little while ago for it. Now, mind you, this was a little, whoa, wait a minute. This was a little chunkier version of me. This was this was maybe a couple of months ago, maybe a month before I started my weight loss transformation. So it was Inspired Voice. I'm gonna play you a clip it, but I just want you to see things that I didn't ask for it. I wasn't planning. He invited me, and now it's coming out, and is getting. So I've gotten some good reviews for it. So I just want to share it with you guys, talking about teamwork and all that good old stuff. Let's go here. Yeah, there we go. All right. Are y'all serious? Y'all can hear that video? Oh, it strikes again. I'm seeing it everywhere. Y'all should have been hearing it. Now watch this. I'm gonna play it now. Can y'all hear that? Yeah, time to go. Can y'all hear that? Oh, you know what? No, you can't hear that. Okay, I get it. I don't know why you can't hear it. I really don't. All right, strikes. Well, strikes. I tried to end it with no, well, whatever. All right, guys. Well, look, that is. I don't know what just happened right there. We're building it as we're flying it. It happens. I just want to give y'all a little snippet of some work that happened with me and my guy Oliver. It was a good interview. Matter of fact, I will post in the comment section a link. I guess I'll put it in the description too. The link to his channel. Oh, that's my baby again. We hiring producers. Oh man, yeah, y'all be slaying me, man. Anyway, I dropped the link. If you guys want to go check out the interview, it is really a story, interview based on a lot of things that I talk about now, but it's more along the parenting journey, my fatherhood journey, my relationship with my dad, the struggles that we had there, and the eventual success that we actually had. So that's what that's about. I love y'all, man. I'm glad y'all not taking me super serious because I don't take myself that serious anyway. You know, it's we'll get there. We're gonna get there. One day I'm gonna have somebody sitting over there and they're gonna be handling all of that stuff for me. I'm speaking it. I will have show producers. This show is going to be so big that we're gonna have producers, we're gonna have showrunners, we're gonna have everything that makes it work. And I'll just sit here, sip my coffee, and do what I love doing. That's it. So I haven't forgot about y'all. Books are going out today. I was looking for one more address, but Andre Till, he didn't send me the address. So your other three, the books are coming out today. It's coming out today. Is alright. I got the envelopes. I'm postage pay. I gotta drop them in the box. So shout out to my guy D-Rob, to everybody in the comments, Toronto, Riggins, Craig G, Monique, Brick, my dude, Bobbiette, the moderator, and I guess she's gonna be the project manager because she's gonna be the one hiring the producer, I'm assuming, because apparently I don't have time. Health Talk, thank you, my brother, for everything. That chick, my cousin. You guys have been amazing, man. I'm loving the community that we're building, what we're doing. My guy Randy, day one. Much love, much appreciation, and respect for all of you. Today is Tuesday. Yes. Woo. Tuesday. It's been a long week already for me, but I'm thankful for it. Yes, thank God for the chat. And make sure y'all hydrate today. Y'all heard Coach. Hydrate and eat well. Hydrate and eat well. Now, see, we in agreement, so I know it's going to happen for real now. This thing's going to grow. We're going to change a lot of lives all across this world, not just our country. But I'm excited to see you guys here today. And tomorrow we're going to take that deep dive into what it looks like to be confident. So you guys be blessed. I'm going to let you go to get your day started, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.